Vancouver West End.
Thank you. Thank you, Honourable Speaker. As part of the Premier and this government's desire to be seen as changed, as a new style of politicians, one who are open to listening to the people, the Premier and her Liberal government put in the throne speech, the official throne speech, I might add. I'll quote, they called for, quote, citizens to go on Twitter today and make their own contribution at #Throne2011. In 140 characters or less, tell your government about the kind of BC you want for your family. End quote. This new style of political consultation was intriguing, so I did a Freedom of Information request to find out what the Liberals were doing with the requests of the people of BC. And what did I find? Well, not 4 blank pages. None at all. There are 0 records of the government doing anything with the information they called on the people to deliver to them. So my question to the Premier, in 140 characters or less, I might add, is why ask the people of BC for their ideas when you refuse to listen? #bcpoli.
Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, our Premier and our government are absolutely committed to a different way of doing things as a government, and we are, Mr. Speaker, we are leading across Canada as a province in all of our open government initiatives. Mr. Speaker, last summer we launched 3 programs, our program of open data, open information, and a new government website. We are responding to people, we have new public engagement, and I think the member opposite is well aware that we are providing this kind of leadership across Canada.
Member supplemental.
Yes, thank you, Honourable Speaker. Well, if the Minister is proud of appearing to be so open that they've actually done nothing to respond to the people of BC's concerns that they asked for, well, then she wins. This government doesn't do anything. They appear to be listening. They like to appear to be responding. But when you actually do Freedom of Information requests, what you find is 0, nothing. It's what Jack Layton, the late, great Jack Layton, would call a #fail. I requested any and all memos, briefing records, reports, PowerPoint presentations, Q&A records, communication records, strategic communication plans, and the Twitter submissions themselves related to the throne speech request for ideas through #Throne2011, and it was a big 0, a fail. So again, my question to the Premier, if she decides to rise to the debate at this point, or maybe tweet about it later to her followers, will she explain why her government invited BC to be involved through #Throne2011, only to then refuse to do anything about their requests?
Premier of British Columbia.
Well, thanks, Mr. Speaker. I was actually thinking of putting in a Freedom of Information request on where the Leader of the Opposition stands on very important issues facing British Columbians these days. In fact, I was going to put in a Freedom of Information request asking for all notes, memos, documents, and anything else that might suggest where he stands on the issue of a $2 billion addition to the budget in order to pay for the teachers' union's demands. I won't put it in, though, because I betcha it doesn't exist.
Bell ends question period.